In June 1934, a man lay on a wooden table in a sweltering Chicago apartment. He wasn't there for a life-saving surgery. He was there to erase his soul. He paid two doctors $5,000, a fortune during the Great Depression, to slice into his face, alter his nose, and pour acid onto his fingertips to burn off his identity. This man was public enemy number one, John Dillinger. He had robbed a dozen banks, escaped two escape-proof jails, and killed a police officer. The FBI, led by a young, desperate J. Edgar Hoover, had the largest manhunt in American history screaming at his heels. But here is the thing that the history books often gloss over. The public didn't want him caught. While the FBI saw a monster, the American people saw a hero. Today, we're going behind the headlines to ask the real question. How did a farm boy from Indiana make the most powerful government on Earth look like amateurs for a year and a half? Before we get into the heists, we have to talk about why Dillinger was a celebrity. Look, if someone robbed a bank today, we'd call them a criminal. But in 1933, banks were the villains. They were foreclosing on family farms. They were losing people's life savings. My take? Dillinger wasn't just a robber, he was a master of PR. He would walk into a bank, jump over the counter like an acrobat, seriously, he was known for his vault, and he would tell the customers, "Stay calm, we're only here for the government's money, not yours." That single sentence turned him into Robin Hood. He gave the people a sense of vengeance against a system that had failed them. In a way, the FBI wasn't just fighting a man, they were fighting a legend that the public wanted to believe in. March 1934. Dillinger is locked in the escape-proof Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana. There are 50 guards. There's a machine gun nest on the roof. The press is calling it the end of the road. But Dillinger is bored. He takes a piece of wood, some say it was a washboard, others say a shelf, and he carves it into the shape of a Colt .45 pistol. He uses black shoe polish to give it a metallic sheen. With nothing but a piece of wood, he ambushes a guard, rounds up 17 more, locks them in his own cell, and steals the sheriff's personal car. But here's the mistake that changed history. He drove that stolen car across the state line into Illinois. Before that moment, bank robbery wasn't a federal crime. It was a local issue. By crossing that line, he gave J. Edgar Hoover the legal authority to turn the FBI into a national powerhouse. Dillinger didn't just escape jail that day, he accidentally created the modern FBI. Hoover was humiliated. He put a dead or alive bounty of $25,000 on Dillinger. Then came the Little Bohemia incident. The FBI got a tip that Dillinger's gang was hiding at a lodge in Wisconsin. Hoover's men rushed in, guns blazing. But in the dark, they didn't hit Dillinger. They shot 3 innocent civilians, killing 1. Meanwhile, Dillinger and his men simply climbed out a back window and walked through the woods. It was a PR nightmare for the FBI. The newspapers mocked them. Hoover was nearly fired. This is where the story turns dark. The FBI realized they couldn't outsmart Dillinger. They had to outbetray him. This is the part of the story that always gets me. Dillinger was finally taken down not by a brilliant detective, but by a woman named Anna Kumpanash, the woman in red. She was an immigrant facing deportation, and the FBI made her a deal. Give us Dillinger, and you stay in America. It's fascinating how the hero of the people was eventually sold out for a green card. It shows that even the most untouchable outlaws are usually brought down by the people closest to them. Dillinger thought he was safe in the shadows of a movie theater, watching a Clark Gable film called Manhattan Melodrama. He didn't realize that the real melodrama was happening right in the seat next to him. July 22, 1934. The Biograph Theater, Chicago. Dillinger walks out into the humid night air. Anna Kumpanash is wearing a bright orange dress, which looked red under the theater lights, to signal the FBI agents waiting in the crowd. As Dillinger reached for his gun, 3 bullets hit him. He died in the alleyway before he could say a word. Thousands of people gathered at the scene. They dipped their handkerchiefs in his blood as souvenirs. They didn't see a fallen criminal, they saw the end of an era. So, did Dillinger outsmart the FBI? For 14 months, yes. He exposed their incompetence and forced them to modernize. But in the end, the house always wins. What do you think? Was Dillinger a cold-blooded killer or a product of a broken system? Let me know in the comments. I'll be jumping in there to discuss the wooden gun theory with you guys. If you love these deep dives into the men who challenged the law, hit that subscribe button. I'm H, and I'll see you in the next file.